This is a presentation about the Performance Audit Report on the Heavy Vehicle Road Access Reforms, which is Report 20 for financial year 2015-16. Please note this is a summary of the report to Parliament. The full report can be read on our website. Most of Australia's freight is moved by road rather than by sea, rail or air. This makes it important that the road freight industry is as efficient and productive as possible. Most trucks have as-of-right or automatic access to Australia's road network, but heavy vehicles that exceed standard size and/or mass dimensions need to get a permit. For example, large cranes, road trains and B-doubles. In 2009, the Council of Australian Governments, or COAG, agreed to reform the heavy vehicle industry, including streamlining the process for getting permits under the National Partnership Agreement to deliver a seamless national economy. The National Transport Commission estimated that improved access for heavy vehicles would deliver productivity benefits of approximately $7 billion of the total best case scenario estimate of $12.4 billion over 20 years. The total potential benefits will be less than $12.4 billion because two states, Western Australia and the Northern Territory, are not currently participating. In January 2013, the National Heavy Vehicle Regulator, or NHVR, was established to administer one set of rules under the new Heavy Vehicle National Law. The NHVR went live with its new access management functions in February 2014. By the end of the first week after go live, the new system had failed and the NHVR had to delegate permit processing to the participating state and territory road authorities, including the Department of Transport and Main Roads in Queensland. Before 2014, heavy vehicle operators had to apply for a permit from each state, territory and local government road owner along the proposed route. The NHVR was intended to be a one-stop shop for all heavy vehicle access permits. This meant that industry only had to deal with one entity, the NHVR, and it would liaise with the various road owners along the route to get their consent to the permit. This was meant to save industry the time and cost of applying separately to each road owner. We looked at what went wrong in 2014 and what lessons can be learnt from the NHVR's experience. We also assessed whether the NHVR has now fixed the causes of the failure and is now on track to deliver its access management responsibilities as intended. The NHVR is based in Brisbane. We only audited the NHVR and the Queensland Department of Transport and Main Roads. We concluded that the productivity benefits that the new access management arrangements were intended to deliver have not yet been realised. More than 2 years later, the NHVR is not the one-stop shop for access permits. We have seen that the NHVR has learnt from the mistakes of the past. For example, there is better stakeholder engagement and project management now. But industry perceives that the NHVR is taking too long, which is impacting on confidence in the NHVR's ability to deliver the one-stop shop. Even if the NHVR fixes its access management system and process issues, the expected productivity benefits will only be delivered if all parties at all levels of government work well together. The NHVR's first access management system took about 12 months to develop and cost $9.3 million. It needs significant improvement. The NHVR has now taken more than 2 years to develop the first component of its new system, and it has not communicated a final project end date. Industry perceives that permits are now taking longer, and the reasons given for refusing access are not always evidence-based. Much can be learnt from the NHVR's experience. It is an example of what can go wrong when implementing government policy. What the NHVR did wrong was it did not allow sufficient time and resources. It did not manage the change required through effective engagement. And it did not clearly communicate the potential ramifications to the NHVR, government and industry of not managing the known risks before going live. We made 4 recommendations. We recommend that the NHVR improve the maturity of its project planning and resourcing, monitor and review the reasons for refusing consent, and work with relevant entities to provide support to any road managers which need it. Monitor and report on permit timeframe data and work with relevant entities to provide support and assistance to those road managers taking longer than others. We also recommend that the NHVR and the Queensland Department of Transport and Main Roads work better together. The NHVR and the Department have accepted these recommendations. We trust this presentation has been useful. Please note, this is a summary of our report to Parliament. The full report can be read on our website under Reports and Resources at www.qao.qld.gov.au. Thank you.